Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Roma in Football Manager 2019. I'm Ater and today is a huge day for every Roma fan because today it's derby time. We are playing Lazio and this episode takes place ASAP after the last one, so you haven't missed a thing. And Lazio is actually having a really good season. If you go to the league table right now, as you can see, all the other teams here has played one more game. When all the teams were at 4 played games, we were number 1 and Lazio is number 2. So that's basically today we have the first team versus the second team, and whoever wins today will top the league. So this is a huge game. Not only it's a derby, it's going to decide who tops the league. And of course, even if we only get a draw, we will top it, and if they get a draw, they will be in third place. So yeah, huge game. I mean, can't get much bigger than a derby and a very, very early league final. Other than that, you know, I'm looking for a defender, and maybe, yes, maybe an option have appeared, because you know I'm scouting as a madman, and Mustafi got transfer listed from Real Madrid, and I'm kind of interested in him because he's pretty cheap, just under 20 mil. So I'm currently scouting him, and I want to know if he's injury prone or not. And I haven't gotten that information yet. He is good. He's not fantastic, but I wish his tackle, marking, and heading was a little bit higher. But he's really good, and he's not the best. But most of my central defenders, other than like one of them, are getting really old, like 32, 33, and so on. So their physical abilities is really declining. So I think this could be a really good option since we can get him so cheap. But I need to know first if he's injury prone or not. So yeah, maybe a future defender for the January window is if things look good. Today we are kind of in the unusual situation that almost every normal play is available. The only guy we are currently missing is our goalkeeper, Olsen. He's still injured, you know, as I told you before, he picked up like a 6-week injury or something like that. So he is the only one we are missing. Other than that, we are more or less fit for fight. So yeah, I think it's derby time. I mean, we need to play some football here, don't we? We really do. And of course, this is the Lazio team, and there's one special thing about this Lazio team. And if you take a look at the team, I guess you can notice it yourself. The man on top, it is Dzeko, the man, the myth, the legend, our top goal scorer during the first season that we then sold on to Man United for a huge amount of money. And now he is back. He is at our fierce rivals at Lazio. And basically, you have the former king, and then you have the prince. And now it's going to decide who is number 1. Because of course Arp was the one that we spent the Dzeko money on. Arp's still young, he's still developing, he's hopefully going to improve some more. But kind of like the master meets the apprentice or something like that. And since it's a derby, can we say something special? Maybe we can go passionate. Can we talk about the fans? Let's see. I want to talk about the fans. Can't we talk about the fans? It's a derby. I want to talk. I mean, I wouldn't. This is the only option with fans, and I don't want to say us favorites because I don't want to start slacking. I want to say something, guys. This is a derby. Get passionate. We need to do this for the fans. I don't want to say, oh, we are favorite guys. You're going to win this one easy. I don't like it. So maybe then we should go like this, and of course that had a complete garbage effect. Well, we're used to it, isn't we? But I wish there were an option to really like fire up the team, talk about the fans, talk about the importance of the derby, to just have them come out and explode on the pitch. But yeah, this is the derby. We have that home advantage, and we get first highlights on Tom with a throw-in, and I believe it's going to be a free kick, but we're going to use VAR here to see if maybe perhaps they were over the line. And of course we can pray to Football Manager RG gods that they will give us a penalty, but most likely I think it's going to be a free kick. It usually is. Let's see here. Yeah, free kick. Kind of bad angle, sim corner. We didn't even get to see it, so I guess nothing at all happened from that free kick. But here's another highlight, and we have lost it. Focus, guys. Maybe we can win it back to a counter-attack. I don't like where this one is heading. This is wrong direction, guys. Come on. And Dzeko. Oh, my God. If Dzeko scores against us, I'm not sure if I'm going to applaud him, we'll start crying, or what we're going to do. But here's Moreno with a throw-in for Pastore. Back to Moreno. Slowly advances through the left flank. Cristante. Long optimistic ball for Arp. No problem at all. Gerson is going to do it all by himself. That could have been a sensational goal. I thought that we was going to go for a cross or something like that, but yeah, I like plays that take on basically an initiative like that is beautiful. Looks like Charway picked something up, down a lot in fitness levels, but at the same time looks like he is regaining things. Clock is ticking away. Look at his chances, 9-2. So we are definitely dominating things a lot. And here's Cristante for Pastore. Pastore. Going for Arp, and oh, he hit the post! He hit the post! The apprentice had the moment to shine, but he missed, just as the master did earlier when he also missed. But the post was definitely closer. I mean, look at this, we are completely dominating things. We need to step it up. Garbage ratings, the team needs to know, we are not pleased, this is the derby. We can't roll like this, the derby, guys. You should be basically running until you puke or something like that. Let's bring Nsossi a little bit higher up in the pitch. Tell the lads with yellow cards to chill a bit. Because, I mean, you know, the best way to win is with 11 players on the pitch. But I can understand some hard feelings here. Some energy, some crazy stuff going on when you're playing in a derby. So I definitely can understand it, but yeah, we need 11 players on the pitch. It's time for the second half. I'm actually getting really nervous here, and I shouldn't be getting really nervous because it's only a league game. It's very early in the season. Not right time to, like, I shouldn't be getting nervous, but I am. And of course, I say that we have Lazio with the possession. Lucas Leiva all the way back to the goalkeeper. Come on, guys. Focus, focus, focus. We can do this. Turn it around. Make it a counter-attack instead. Santon for Fazio. Cristante. A lot of space here for El Shaarawy. Going towards the middle. Changing flank for Gerson. Gerson into the box. And Pastore! And that's the goal. And it's actually Pastore's first goal of the season only. But I don't care. We are in the driver's seat. A very, very important goal here. Because as I said in the beginning, this was basically the current #1 team versus the current #2 team in the league. Extremely important game. Really, really important one. Especially since we are playing at home, which means we are going to be playing against them away during the second half of the season. And if they are still doing as well, then we are going to need to really be able to take advantage of that home pitch. But I think it's time for some subs here. So we have some players that have been playing like garbage. For example, Arp, the apprentice. My gosh, you're out. Let's bring in Schick instead. I had higher expectation, and maybe Schick is maybe even more of an apprentice since he was actually playing together with Dzeko. So maybe I was mistaken, and now the actual apprentice come on and wants to show that the apprentice have become the master. That's what we are hoping for here. And we expect Schick to actually show it. Schick, probably pronounced Schick, to actually show it. But instead, the clock just ticks away. I mean, 17-3 in chances, but only one goal. Now, one goal is nothing. It's such a fragile lead. It could more or less change with a blink of an eye. So we need to really, really, really do this well. And Zossi going back to deep lying like that. But yeah, like if you completely dominate the game, but you don't manage to actually close it down and score a few goals, it doesn't matter if you completely dominate things. Like they need one lousy chance, and it could be basically a draw or a loss. Here is Schick though, sets up Andreas Pereira and nothing. Gerson into the box, and Schick once again. I mean, Schick is trying here. Can't blame him for not trying. And maybe it's not over. Here's Pereira for Gerson. Is something else going to happen for that highlight? And here is Kluivert. Kluivert into the box. And nothing at all. It's going to be a corner though, so maybe we can keep the pressure up. Pereira here with the corner. 4 minutes and some extra time left. Kluivert picks it up. And Sossi back to Kluivert. A lot of plays into box. And another corner. I mean, that was actually a pretty good chance. If he just would have managed to get that pass through, it would probably be a goal. Pereira with the corner. Schick and just over the top bar. But yeah, we can't blame Schick for trying to step out of a Dzeko's shadow. But we have reached extra time, clock ticking away, and another corner. My gosh, it's corner after corner after corner. And then Fazio scores his first goal of the season. And who is the man with the assist? It is Schick. The apprentice have now maybe-ish become the master. Because, I mean, he haven't scored, but he has done an assist, and that's more than Dzeko have done. But maybe it's not over here. We have reached the end of the extra time, but the clock keeps ticking on. The ref's not blowing the whistle. Here's Gerson for Santone, and now ref should be blowing the whistle, maybe. And that's actually it. So I feel like when we dominate a game this big, we really should be better on like basically finish it off early. It took until the 55 minutes until something happened, and we were far into extra time before we scored the second one. We really we should have 1 or 2 goal lead in the first half, and then just finish it off with like 1 more goal in the second half. And then we could be like, yeah, this was a good day's work. But the most important thing is, of course, that we got 3 points. And the ratings look a lot better on most players than they did during halftime. So yeah, we can say well done. It was a good win for us. But you, Mr. Arp, I have bigger expectations for you in the future. So I'm actually going to tell you that I am not happy with your performance. And he looks delighted. So yeah, he likes the pressure. He likes me to put high expectations on him. So let's take a look at the league table then before we end this episode. So we are back on top. 3 points ahead of Sassuolo. And I need to show you a special, actually kind of look at the top of the table. Who would have thought this before the season, that we were going to have Sassuolo, Chievo and Spal on Champions League spots? I don't think many people have bet money on that league. But yeah, the special thing with Sassuolo is actually 3 of their current players is our players. We have Luca Pellegrini and I was actually thinking if somebody would buy Moreno during the summer, I would bring him back and use him as my new left defender. At least trying him out for a season. He's still 21, so he can improve. But he's not alone here. We also have Antonio Marin that we signed, I think it was before last season. He's been loaned out for 2 seasons, yeah. So another one of our players. And there's actually a third one, Nicolas. That young striker that made his debut for us when he was only 16 and scored his debut. And now he's been loaned out for 2 seasons. His stats is steady improving. His only big weakness, it's a bad one as a finisher. Whereas a striker is very low in the finishing ability. But still, Sassuolo is doing great. And one of the reasons is that they have 3 of our players on loan. I think that's great for our future because they're all young, they're all promising, and they may all play for our first team in a season or 2 if they keep on developing. But now, of course, I have talked far too much as always. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.